Hello, my name is Eric and I'm doing another one of my photography vlogs called One Body, One Lens, One Roll, One Day. I am here at Medina Marsh on the north, well, not the north skirts, probably more the west skirts of Medina proper. I've got a pond there, I've got geese over there, you might hear the geese. I've got the marshlands behind me, you can hear the birds. Cool place to shoot. It is a little bit of a brisk morning. So I'm all nice and bundled up, so hopefully my batteries don't get too far affected. Today's camera is my Pentax 645N. You've seen this a couple times. However, I got a different lens. This is my 200mm f4. This is a prime lens, so I can't zoom, just like the 50mm and some of the other prime lenses I've shot. So if I want to get closer or back up, I physically have to move. Today's film is some AGFA Chrome 200 RS, expired 1991. I have not had great luck shooting slide film. I did a little bit more research, but some of it's just been, not kept well. I had one roll cross-processed, one roll got jammed in the camera. I don't know, just kind of silly things with slide film in me. But hopefully I'm going to get another hopefully I'll get a good set out of this one. Now, slide film's a little bit different than print film when it comes to age. I've heard most people say shoot it at rated speed, maybe give it a +1 exposure comp irregardless of age, just because of the fact that slide film does act differently. As you overexpose, your image gets lighter versus a negative would get darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my ISO for 100, so it's a one stop over, and let's see what we can get. Let me load it up, be right back. She's all loaded up. Let me go see what I can get. So when shooting slide film, it's a little bit trickier than shooting print film because it doesn't have as much exposure latitude. Where with a normal negative black and white color, you could probably go 2 stops over, maybe 1.5 stops under, and still get reasonably acceptable images through scanning and Photoshop and stuff like that. Slide film maybe has a 1 stop over and maybe a half stop under latitude to get some stuff. It's really tight, so your exposure's got to be kind of really more dead on. Which is normal, which is good, because most of these meters and these cameras are pretty good. The problem becomes expired film, is that it's a little more difficult to gauge how your slide film is going to go. Now this is one of about 4 rolls that I got, so this is kind of more of a test. I'll shoot this one up again at ISO 100, and I've got my shutter speed set for automatic, and I'm about an f8, so just kind of cruising around. Nice bright sunny day, so hopefully I'll get some good stuff. So being a test roll, we'll see how this roll comes out, how the images come out, and then I can balance the rest of the rolls accordingly. Now, also being slide film, it is different chemistry. Black and white film goes through, you can either use Ilford chemistry, you can use Kodak chemistry, and within a day or two for some labs, or maybe within a week, you got your negs back, or if you want to hand develop, within a couple hours. With color film, kind of the same way. There is some Cinestill color chemistry. You could do it at home. I haven't tried it yet, don't know how easy it is. Again, but within a couple days, you can get your negs back. Slide film, very few people do slide film, or very few labs do it in-house. They send out to an out lab. So I'm shooting this in like mid-March. This is like the March 15th, the Ides of March, I believe. So you're probably not going to see the results of this till like maybe mid-April or late April, just because of the fact it's going to take about 4 weeks for me to get these slides back. But that's okay. Different episodes pop up at different times. But anyway, let's get back to shooting. Be right back. So back in the day when AGFA was about a lot more, their film was always very punchy, very vivid. The reds were intense, the oranges were intense. Where Kodak had a tendency to lean towards the yellows, and maybe the soft oranges were a little bit more contrast, a little bit more oomph to them. Fujifilm always had a little extra kick in the greens and maybe the purples. Konica film back in the day loved blue, so skies were great, doing stuff like that. However, Konica film does not like getting old. I've had very mixed results shooting expired Konica for this project. So far I've done okay with some of the AGFA stuff, but again, AGFA slide film, this adds another layer of mystery and intrigue as to what I'm going to get. I'm on shot 15. I got about 2 shots left. I'm going to grab a shot of this bench behind me and then get the last shot. Be right back. And the sun's creeping through the tree lines. I've got a shot earlier of the sun with flanked by some trees, kind of cool. 1 shot left. I got a nice little path going up to the little cabin up there. And that's the end of the roll. Again, today's camera was the Pentax 645N with a 200mm f4. This is a manual focus lens, even though the 645N is an autofocus body. I do not have an autofocus lens for this system as of yet. Today's film was some AGFA Chrome RS200, expired 1991, so good 30 years out of date. Excuse me. And everything that I read says shoot expired slide film like normal, maybe overexpose it, bias stop. It's just the latitude is so tight that you can't, necessarily fudge it too much. Otherwise, you're going to get very dark or very blown out exposures, and then wasted roll of film after about 6 months, or not 6 months, 6 weeks. So it's 4 or 6 weeks to get this guy back. All right, if I get shots, I'll post them at the end. Feel free to give them a thumbs up. Feel free to comment on your experience with any expired AGFA Chrome film or some of the other AGFA films. I've got some nice stuff coming up. Feel free to comment on your experience with the Pentax 645s and some of the other lenses that are out there. Even the Pentax 67s or any other Pentax family type cameras. All right, feel free to subscribe as new episodes try to come out twice a week, typically Fridays and Saturdays, with bonus episodes happening every now and then. I did a bonus episode. It was my, not to say bonus episode, it was my 100th episode a couple weeks ago. At this point, when you see this video, maybe 2 months ago. I had a Fuji G617, panoramic medium format. I had 4 shots per roll. Unfortunately, I didn't know how to use the camera correctly, and I bad exposure, did not cock the lens. I got clear film. If you want to see an Oops episode, go watch it. Thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you next time.